Wait a minute. You have not gone to the store and bought your bass yet? You've looked around and you're just not sure. And you know something? That's actually pretty good. We're going to talk about some of my recommendations on guitars that I've seen, that I actually have personal experience with, and some that I actually have here that I've had my hands on. On this episode, we're going to talk about some of my recommendations. And what's really cool is that this is going to be a short series because I've got 24 of them that I'm going to cover. And we're going to start with the very first 5 on that list right now. Hi everybody, I'm Jose Cruz and welcome to Bass Chops for Beginners. Alrighty, so you've been out there, you've looked around and you're not really sure. And that's perfectly fine because I'm going to try to help you out with some of my recommendations, okay? This is the list of guitars. What's really interesting about this list is I'm going to cover the least expensive on up to $300. So everything that you're going to see in this short series, probably 3 parts. I'm not going to cover all of them in one episode. That's just going to be way too long. So we're going to go from least expensive to the most expensive in this series. I'm not going to go in any kind of order. Just know that everything that we're going to talk about in these next couple of episodes is like from the $300 mark on down. All right. Obviously, for my viewers that are in Germany and other parts of the globe, Europe in particular, and the UK, these prices are going to be slightly different. Obviously, what we consider $300 here is a different amount in the country that you're watching this video. And so just be aware of that. All right. So since there are just so many of these guitars, I'm going to have to rely on my notes. So forgive me if I'm reading off of my phone. But the very first one here is the Dean Custom Zone. Okay. Dean. This is a manufacturer right here in the town that I live in. And so they've got a reputation here. They make fine instruments. They've been around for quite some time. And so you have that choice right there. I've actually touched this guitar at the store. And so it's really cool. I like it. And so that's one of my recommendations. For those of you that like the funny shapes, we have the Dean Z Metal Man here. Okay. So actually, just so that you know, Dean makes a bunch of different really cool shapes. And so this is just the 2 that I found within that price range. There are others that they make if you want to check those out. Some, basically just different shaped guitars. If you want to just break away from the norm that's out there and you want something radical, there you go, Dean. Okay. Epiphone. Okay, I actually have one of these, but I have the EB3, and that's a short scale version. The EBO or the EB0, however you want to characterize that, is the long scale version of the SG body. Okay, and this is a really good guitar. I really love the tone of this. That's why I own one. It has that really nice 70s really fat sound, and there's nothing else out there that really sounds like that. And so that's the reason why I own one. It's because it just sounds different and it's really cool to play. It's got a really nice neck on it. I love my short scale EB3. Okay, and so if you want the long scale version, the EBO is going to be your choice. And of course, because the Beatles are so popular and influential in so many people's lives, a lot of bass players dream of having the violin bass that Paul McCartney plays. And so Hofner is the one that makes it. And so it's called the ignition bass or the violin bass. And I believe you can get it in different color schemes if you like the one that's closely to what Paul McCartney have or uses still. You can get that paint scheme as well. But this is the one that I have here. I find this one a little bit more interesting, really radically different. I've played this bass before. It's got a really unique thing in that it is a hollow body, or semi-hollow body rather, and it sounds really, really different from other electric basses. And so if you like that look and you want to be like in a Beatles cover band, check that one out. Ibanez. Okay, so Ibanez is dear to my heart because I own 4 of them. Not all of them are basses, but 3 of the 4 guitars that I own are basses from Ibanez. Unfortunately, the ones that I have, they don't make anymore. I don't know why, but the ones that are out now are really worthy of you considering because I've played these. They have a really nice fast neck. They've got decent electronics. They're very popular, okay? And so you might want to consider them. And I actually have several here to read off, so forgive me. I have the GSR 200, the GSR M20, okay, different look there. The GSR M20 short scale, okay, so that's a nice one there. And the GSR M208, okay. They all have different features to them. Go to their website and check it out, or go to the store, find it, pick it up, and feel it, okay? There's something to be said. I've said this before in other videos. You have got to touch these things, okay? They're that cool. It's worthy of going to the store and picking it up off of the hook and playing it and getting a feel. Is this something that's right for me? Jackson Guitars, I really like this brand because I almost bought one. Yeah, I was in the market of buying a new bass, and I really had my eye on the concert bass. I ended up buying the Ibanez basses that I have now, and I actually have other guitars that sound like the Jackson, but I've never turned my back from Jackson, in that I really like it. If I had the opportunity, I'd buy another one if I really needed that particular body style. I'm really fond of it because it's solid, okay? It's a really solid bass guitar, very versatile in its tone, and it feels really good. I love the headstock on it. I have one here, and so it's the white one here in the concert series, and I really like that guitar, and I recommend it for you if you're looking for that look. If you like, you know, the rock and roll metal look, but you don't want it too radical looking, the Jackson concert bass is the one that I recommend. I really like that bass. And then the other effort from Jackson Guitars is the Spectra. This is a little bit more expensive, closer to the $300 range. But if you want something that is not typically known for rock and roll, the look of it, but you like the Jackson name, I recommend that Spectra because it's got a futuristic look to it, and it's nice sounding. I've actually played that bass at the store, and I really like it, and that's the reason why I'm telling you that that's something that you should consider if you like the line of Jackson guitars. So I'm going to keep this one short. I'm going to leave it there, but I just want to, ask you, do you like these videos where I just do just a little bit longer and take my time explaining things, or do you like the shorter ones? Go ahead and leave that in the comments, okay? Also, take that opportunity to ask those questions. Jose, I'm having trouble with this, or Jose, I'm kind of got my eye on this. What do you think? That's exactly what the purpose of this channel is for us to, to exchange information and to enlighten each other, okay? And just basically just me taking my experience from what I've learned and just sharing that with you, okay, to make it all just better. And of course, if you like what goes on in this channel, go ahead and subscribe to it, all right? And don't forget to hit that notification bell, because when you do, as soon as I upload a brand new video, you will get an email, right? And it says there's another video, and you can come here and check out the latest information on this topic, all right? Also, so many of you are so cool, and you're following me on Instagram, so there's the address if you have not already, all right? And so what I love is that not everybody that follows me on Instagram is a musician or a bass player. They just do other things that I find really cool and interesting. And that's one of the neatest thing about that particular platform, is that, like YouTube, it also brings us all together, and it brings me a little bit closer to my viewers wherever they are on the planet. I'm noticing on my statistics that I've got viewers in Germany. I've got some people in Europe, in other parts of Europe, I should say. And so that's just so fascinating to me, and I really appreciate that. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up. I appreciate it, okay? And just remember that the guitar recommendations that I'm making here in this series of maybe 2 or 3 videos, just know that there's not like from worst to best, or best to worst, or most expensive to least expensive. No, I'm just going to go through it. Right now, I just started with them alphabetically, and so just take that list and take it into consideration, and just understand that those are the ones that I've actually physically touched, and those are the ones that I like. However, you may go out there and see something completely different, and that's fine. Just remember what I talked about in the previous videos of things to look out for. Obviously, if you have any questions about anything that you see out there, go ahead and contact me here in the comment section, and I would appreciate that. All right, so there you have it. Okay, on the next video, I'm going to continue with that list and show you some more B footage of them, the ones that I have here, because I didn't want to give them back. Add them to my arsenal of bass guitars. And so see you then. Obviously, go out there and do something really cool and let me know about it. All right? Remember, tune it or die.